Hello, I'm recording this for the lab number two entitled Open Source Intelligence Passive Recon. And my recon I did on Facebook.com, also known as the company Meta as well. And in their G Suite, I did Mark Zuckerberg, who was the CEO. So I'm gonna show you what some of the things that I found when searching up Mark Zuckerberg and go from there, the planning of how I would attack him and, excuse me, and answer some more questions. So first off, share my screen. I'm gonna show you the things that I found on Mr. Zuckerberg. So as we see here, these are some of the things that I found on Mr. Zuckerberg. I was able to find a couple of email addresses, a couple of domain names. We have Zuck at Facebook.com, Mark at Facebook.com, and the interesting one, Indian underscore funk out at Outlook.com. Also, I found a couple of his phone numbers. Uh, a lot of times there are phishing attacks that go through numbers as well. We've seen them all, the UPS uh, ones, hey, confirm your address or certain text messages coming from Social Security, things that we know that we won't get via text message. But I don't know when doing the testing, you need to know exactly which one to hit. Being as I don't personally know Mr. Zuckerberg, I wouldn't want to attack one of his phone numbers or pen test one of his phone numbers because I don't know which one would hold data that we worth trying to test. But I did do one of his domain names. I did these Zuck at Facebook.com, but also here's some more things, some places that he can be found as well, which Forbes.com, AboutMeta.com, Instagram, Wikipedia, CNN, just a lot of places where you can find his presence, his footprint, if you will, his fingerprint on the internet. What I did do is send an attack to uh, the Zuck at Facebook.com. So I had a couple of ideas, a couple of plans to do this attack. The first plan was to kind of do a script on Google, but I'm not sure if he would, if that's a good idea for somebody like Mark Zuckerberg, who probably doesn't spend a lot of time or even have a Google account. What I did was do a massive email attack. So as you're seeing right here, it's going to generate a massive email attack instead of sending one email, it's going to send several ones uh, with the link to say, hey, I use the urgent update. Um, I think it's one of the best templates to use because if you're saying, urgent update, but you're sending multiple ones, hey, I'm trying to get your attention. This is very important. This is very important. Uh, when you see that enough times, you say, okay, what's going on? All right, now let me click on it. Uh, so using that, I would have been able to draw him into collecting whatever data I was going for at the time. Uh, I think those are one of the best ways to do an attack. Also, a pen testing as well to see how easy it is to get into their system, his personal system, if that is that, and gather the data that I need. As from the Christian standpoint, uh, doing things like this uh, is more than just protecting, but also teaching. We can easily just protect somebody by just being able to test the services and say, hey, this is what we did, but you're good now, go about your day. But more so, the way I would go about it is this is what happened, this is what we did, this is what you need to look out for going forward to protect yourself. Um, and always when something new happens, because in this technology world, in this world of computers, nothing stays the same for very long. It's ever adapting, ever changing. So we have to stay on our feet and make sure that our client stays on their feet. But it's also teaching them what to look out for being a follower of Jesus, one of the things that he said was if you give a man a fish, you feed him for a day, but if you teach that man how to fish, you feed him for a lifetime. And one of our roles is to teach people how to protect themselves as well, so they know what to look out for. And then when something new comes, we can teach. We'll learn it ourselves and we can teach them. And it's a revolving door, but it's also there. We're trying to help and be a positive light because there's always going to be attacks. There's always going to be changes in the world of technology, and that's our role. That's how I look at it. Uh, but that was the plan. I had several backup plans. I was going to disguise myself as a gourmet pretzel company. A lot of people like pretzels, you never know, and say you've been chosen to try these new pretzels, these new flavors. Congratulations, it's 50% off because you don't want to give it away as, hey, it's totally free. That's a little too on the nose. You want to say, pretend like you're giving them a deal and treat them more to tap on the link. But I think one thing for sure doing this, you have to have a backup plan. You can't just rely on just one plan. It's always have to have a backup plan. It has to be a plan B, plan C. Because even when doing this lab, I underestimated the time it would take and the time it would do everything I need to do, including making sure that everything on my side was working correctly. I ran into a lot of hiccups, which, part of this is time management as well, which is a teachable moment. But that's all for this video. I hope that I was able to do everything correctly and that my plans will have worked. Thank you.